Hey gang, head to this URL, install the dependencies for both PowerCLI and Ansible on your management box. And once you've done that, I'll meet you on the management box and we'll interact with the vCenter using the command line. So make that happen. Okay, so you should have had that installed. Oop. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and interact with vCenter using PowerShell code. So we have PowerShell installed. What we're going to do now is we're going to connect with vCenter, but let's do so with variables. So vCenter is set to my Hermione.local, right? And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to connect vCenter to vCenter. And you'll have to provide your credentials. Okay, so we can see that we have an active connection. That's great. Let's issue a get VM and see what we got. So we have our 4 VMs to include vCenter. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start extracting the base snapshot from these virtual machines and turn them into their own independent standalone base VMs for future use. So let's do that. So we're going to go ahead and set a variable to be one of these VMs. So $VM equals get VM dash name DC1, right? If I type $VM, I should get that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new variable that reaches into that VM and grabs a reference to that snapshot. Now you can use the tab to fill this stuff out. So I'm passing in the variable $VM, and name is whatever you gave it. So the instructions I gave you were base, right? We have that now. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have a variable that actually points to our server, right? So our server is at hold on. We can actually ask vCenter, right? Okay, so my only server is at 192.168.7.11, so that should work. So I'll do VM host equals get VM host dash name 192.168.7.11. That should do it. And we can interrogate it by just typing the variable name. Cool. So we have that. That variable is active. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a data store. Let's see what we got available to us. Okay, so we have data store 1, super 1, data store 2, super 1. So I'm going to pick the biggest one. So you all probably only just have the one, right? So and that's fine. So we'll do $DS equals get data store dash name so there's our data store. And now we're going to create a name for our linked clone, because this is a two-step process. vSphere doesn't have a inbuilt or built-in ability to create linked clones, but we can hack it. Equals. So this syntax I just typed in is very valuable. So I have this string, right, with this weird open paren, zero close paren, or curly brace, right? And so what's going to happen there is you see that data to the left of, or to the right of dash F, that information is going to be plonked right into where that zero is. So we're going to get the VM name, which is DC1 in this case, and that variable will be dc1.link. So let's make sure that works. So if I type link clone, it would be dc1.linked, right? And now we're actually going to create what's called a linked clone, which you can do, right? And then we're going to create a base image off that linked clone, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So again, we can create a link clone in PowerCLI, but we can't do it using the VMware vSphere GUI. So let's run this. Let's see. Does not like the name. What did I do wrong? Let's look at my code up here. Oh, I see what I did. I called it link clone. Spelling. There we go. So it's basically creating, and you see how quick that was, right? It creates a link clone, and now what we can do is we can create a full base VM, not a link clone, from that temporary link clone. All right. So let's do this again. New VM equals VM name. New VM equals, new VM dash name, and this is a name you're going to give it. So we'll call it server.2019.gui.base. The VM is going to be that linked VM. VM host is going to be the same one, $. And the data store is going to be the same as well. Data store And so now it's creating a full independent version of that link clone, which will allow us to rapidly create brand new sysprepped VMs. Let me pause my video because it's creating an entire new copy. Okay, so that finished. So let's check out what our new VM looks like. So we have a Server 2019 GUI base. Let's grab a snapshot of that one. So we can do new VM, new snapshot, dash name, and we'll call this base as well. Should be pretty quick. Okay, so we have a brand new virtual machine. We'll look at that in just a second. Now we have this old linked VM. So let's do a get VMs. All right, get VM. You see that DC1 linked? We want to nuke that. So we can do this because it's still a variable. Linked VM, pipe that to remove VM. Sure. You gotta be careful when you do this stuff, right? So now we can do a get VM. And we have Server 2019 GUI base. All right. This is your assignment now. So I've shown you how to do it for one VM. I want you to create a script called cloner, right? It takes in the variables that we want, and we'll create we'll extract the base image, right, from one of your VMs and create a full clone of it. Using this process, you create the link clone and create a full clone off that, and then cleans up the original. All right, so this is going to be called cloner.ps1, and you're going to put it. You're going to show me a running of it, right? And you're going to put it in GitHub. So that's really the meat of this section of the milestone. And I wish you luck.